Hello, Graphicx Guy here, and welcome to my shop. Today I'm going to be covering basic graphic insulation, whether it be for your boat, your van, your car, your child's bedroom door or wall. The process is all the same, and I'm going to show you how to do it like a pro. If you've ever noticed a graphic that was installed off-center or crooked, you know it doesn't look good, and you want your new graphic to look good. So come with me, and I'm going to show you how to do it right. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to install this graphic on the tailgate of my truck. We're just going to make a little temporary graphic and then we'll just remove it. This is for demonstration purposes. First thing you need to do in order to correctly install a graphic, get yourself some masking tape. Personally I prefer 1 inch. I'm out right now, so I'm going to use this 2 inch. And what you want to do is just get yourself a couple of small tabs of tape. They don't need to be large, just small, a couple tabs. Take your graphic, put a tab on each side, one on each end, doesn't matter where, just tack them on. Then you find the location on your vehicle, wall, door, wherever you want to put this, and you find your location, and then you get a rough draft. You just kind of tack it up there. Then what you want to do is get yourself a tape measure, find it over here, and run go get it. In this case, I'll just be using a 16-inch rule. Tape measure works fine, whatever you have. Some graphics, this particular graphic has got a straight line all the way across because the letters are the same height. In this case, you also have a straight line along the top of the Chevy emblem here and these. So you have straight points in which to measure to get it straight from your body line or wherever you want it to be. Some cases your graphic isn't going to have a straight line, so in which case you'll need to find a couple of points on the graphic, take and lay out your rule and get a pencil and just put a light pencil line. That'll give you a line in which to measure so you can make sure your graphic is straight. If you're going to center a graphic in a vehicle, of course, once you tack it, you measure each side of the graphic to ensure that it's centrally located. If it is not, you make necessary adjustments until it is. Confirm those dimensions again on either side. This particular case, we'll just go from this body line, well, we'll just go from the plastic. So here we have 5 3/4 from the plastic to the top of the C, and here we have 5 9/16. So that'll need to be adjusted to make sure that this is straight. So you pull your one tab loose, set your tape measure, put it towards 5 3/4, even as the same, tack your tape, and then remeasure. Because sometimes when you move that graphic, you move this end up, this end may drop down, so you want to always reconfirm your dimension. So come here, check your dimension again, it's 5 3/4. We'll check it again here, it's 5 3/4. So now we know our graphic is straight relative to where we want it. Then once you double check, again, I prefer to measure several times. Measure, measure, measure. You only get one shot at a graphic because once you start putting it down, it's down. You won't get it back up. It'll be ruined. So unless you have the ability to crank them out, you need to make sure you get it right the first time. Then I'll take a piece of masking tape, pull a piece of masking tape the length of your graphic at least. Come down on your graphic just a little bit, maybe 5/8, ½ inch, either way, and then just tape it down. That way it can't move. So now your graphic is secure, you know that you're in the proper location, you've measured, you've remeasured, everything is good to go. Then what you want to do is take and separate from your backing paper your graphic. A lot of times you'll want to always make sure that you don't get ahead of yourself. In some cases, these graphics, they don't want to release real well. This is an old graphic I have laying around, so if it doesn't, you want to just keep pushing it down until it does. A lot of times if you curl the edge of the paper, that'll help you get a start and it'll start to release. Some of them come right off, some of them you gotta kind of play with a little bit until you get it to release from the paper. And again, this one's kind of old. You want to be careful not to kink it as you pull it up because the letters will kink and they'll be wrinkled when you go back down. This is very important to take your time. Don't get in a hurry. There's no time limit. There's no reason to rush through it because that's when mistakes happen. So this particular graphic is going to be stubborn. So I'm going to have to make sure I pop these edges loose so they release from the backing paper. We got one here that doesn't want to let go. once we get them all let go, we just always look back and forth on your graphic. Scan it back and forth, because if you get in a hurry and you pull this up, one of your letters, it may tear. And you don't want any damage to your graphic. So pull that up and away completely, okay? What you do, you pull your graphic down, kind of taut. In this case, I only have one extra hand. So what you want to do is kind of let it roll. And you start with like your thumb and just barely rub that down. Don't get in a hurry. Don't let the graphic touch. Just go back and forth. Take little bits of it at a time. Again, take your time and your graphic will go down nice and flat and straight. Don't get in a big hurry. Just take little bitty rubs at a time, little bitty pieces at a time. Continue back and forth, nice even motion, and it will continue to lay down for you. Again, little more, little at a time, little at a time. Don't get in a hurry. Some people, they try to put these down too fast, and then they get them wrinkled, they get them bubbled, they get them, and they just don't look that good, okay? Sometimes you're going to get little wrinkles, or not wrinkles rather, sometimes if you get a little air bubble, when they cook in the sun, a lot of times they will cook out, so don't worry about small bubbles. Then you'll take and remove, my wife's got a cat back here that's about to make me crazy, so take and start pulling this transfer tape off slowly. Slowly. Again, don't get in a hurry, because sometimes part of that may lift up and you have to lay your transfer tape back down and you'll have to rub it down. So that's how to properly install a graphic. You'll notice it's nice and straight, it's even, there's no wrinkles, there's no bubbles. Take your time, measure, remeasure, that's how you do it. Well, there you go. That wasn't so bad. And now your graphic is straight, it's centered, but more importantly, it looks good, and you did it right. Stay tuned for future videos as we'll be covering more advanced installations. Hit the like button and subscribe. If you have any questions on graphics or installations, shoot us a note. We'll be happy to answer your question. So until next time, thanks for stopping by.